What's happening, folks? You're tuned into another episode of Xposure, exposing local talent across Toronto, the GTA, and the rest of the world. I am your host, Isaac. For today, we have local singer, songwriter, and performer, Cielo Morena. Cielo Morena, it's a pleasure having you on our show today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So let's get into it. So tell us, who is Cielo Morena?
I am a singer-songwriter from Australia with a Latin background, living in Toronto, touring North America.
Nice. So how did you get into music?
I didn't get into music. I was born singing, born making music, and just continued to grow my whole life.
Right.
And expand.
Right. What were some of the artists that inspired you into making music?
Okay, so I have so many artists, but I definitely have to shout out Whitney Houston. The Bodyguard soundtrack was like my very first connection with music.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up...
The whole Bodyguard soundtrack, or just that?
The whole Bodyguard soundtrack, obviously Whitney more than anything. I got that on a tape cassette in Chile when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mariah Carey helped me get through a lot of relationships. I have all her albums. And then some of the female artists of today that I like, Janae Aiko, as we were saying before.
She's amazing. Amazing
artist. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, like a little bit of that. And of course I have to shout out Drizzy, which was the reason why I chose Toronto instead of Vancouver to move here. So.
For those who don't know who Drizzy is, can you let them...
No, he's only like the hottest thing of today.
Or do you just want to keep it as Drizzy?
Yeah, Drake, Drizzy, whatever he likes. Either way, him.
Nice. Okay, so what were some of the challenges you faced when you were first starting out?
If I'm completely honest with you, obviously finance. We live in a world where money is everything, and if you want to be a serious artist, you have to be serious about your quality, serious about your production. So, funding everything. You want serious music, you want serious sound. Exactly,
that's very important. So, yeah. Were there any other challenges, or just that one?
Also, industry politics, favoritism. It's like pretty much who you know more than what you know. So it's a balance between getting acknowledged, getting the right people to acknowledge you. And yeah.
To add a little twist to that, I also heard about, although it's about who you know, it's also about who knows you, from what I was taught also.
That's true. So now you know me.
Exactly.
Xposure TV.
Yeah, can you name a point in time when things actually started to change for the better?
So as I mentioned before, I've been singing my whole life, but definitely 2013 when I moved from Melbourne to Sydney, I started hitting a lot of the clubs, emceeing there, being on all the flyers, singing with a Latin band, so it expanded my Latin music a lot. I hit it big in the Latin scene, and then from then on it's just been a lot of things happening. Okay,
nice. You also competed in singing competitions. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Right. 2010, I was a contestant I wasn't a contestant, sorry. I auditioned for Australian Idol, and the television network did do a segment on me. They didn't air it in the end. And then when I got to Toronto, I auditioned for the singing contest Toronto at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I was one of the semi-finalists there as well.
Nice. And so the Australian Idol competition, that was the first competition you ever done?
I've been singing my whole life in contests and things, but those were the two that I would mention as in like bigger competitions.
Nice. But that, for the Australian Idol thing, you were the very first one to go first.
Yeah,
so
2010.
How did that feel like?
The
very first audition, how did that feel like?
Well, no pressure. I was only like national television and thousands of people. So they nearly let me through. They didn't quite, but I got to the judges, and it's something else, auditioning in front of celebrities. And I think that they don't realize, but they actually now follow me on Twitter.
Oh, they do? That's great, yeah.
That's
definitely great too. Also, what inspires you to make the music that you make?
Experiences in life. Music to me is an expression, and anything that moves me, anything that I feel, any emotion, is basically what I need to get out of my system. So that's what inspires me to make music.
Nice. Can you give a couple of examples, or is that?
Well, the usual, everyone's had their heartbreak, everyone's had their relationship stuff, the struggle, or just life experiences in any kind of way.
Nice. What messages do you focus on getting across?
I would really like to inspire people. So through the majority of my music, I just hope that a lot of positive messages, and I just hope that people can listen to my music on a bad day and know that things can get better, that people can make it. I've overcome a lot of adversity and persevered through a lot of struggles, and like we were saying before about Eminem,
right?
The way
especially that documentary,
right? So he was saying how he didn't finish ninth grade and just everything he's been through, and I look at that and I'm like, wow, you know, that inspires me. So I hope one day people can look at me like that.
For sure.
In my own music style. I don't rap.
Right. So, or it'll be something similar to that though. Or
right.
Yeah. We all have a challenge, obstacles, and everything like that in our lives.
Right.
You also do health and fitness. So how did that come across?
I needed to just get active. I'm very restless, very hyperactive. I had a few things going on at the time where I thought martial arts, boxing would be a great way to just relieve my anger issues.
Yeah. How did that first get together?
I honestly just picked that. Like I just thought
it was just a random choice?
It was a random choice, but I thought my personality is very like strong, a little bit tomboyish, and I thought I'll give it a shot. And I went back and did 3 more classes that day and couldn't move for like a week. And then I became addicted and did it for 6 years.
Nice. Some people usually quit exercising after the first day, but yeah, that's commitment too. How does health and fitness impact you on your day-to-day life and with your music?
I think fitness, the biggest thing about it for me is that it's a lifestyle. Like the more you do it, the more you get into healthy choices of eating, illness prevention, and all that kind of stuff. So, and like we were saying before as well, I find people that do sports and fitness are a lot more motivated, a lot happier in general.
For sure.
People that have drive, and it represents commitment and determination.
Right, nice. You have your single coming out. We have your new single, which is out, Lightning Struck.
Right.
The video is on the way. So how was it like putting that together?
I was working with a Toronto producer, Thomas L Music, and that song has been written and rewritten, recorded and re-recorded so much until we were finally at a place that we were happy with it. It has evolved tremendously. If you hear the draft, it's not even the same song anymore.
It's not the same song as the official version?
So now it's become, it was going to be a dance song, and now it's like an acoustic pop ballad R&B, but there is a dance remix as well,
all right.
which is the version I'm performing at.
So okay, nice. So you guys kept the beat to it, but you changed the lyrics to it, or you guys kept the lyrics and changed the beat? Everything just kept changing altogether?
Everything changed. About the name of the song is about the only thing that remains.
So the name of the song was remaining the same and everything changed, kept on changing and stuff.
Yeah.
How did how do you normally work with the producer into this is what we want, and how did you guys come into amends of?
This one I co-wrote with him. He's a great songwriter, so it was easy. We just threw ideas back and forth. Everyone has their own style.
Right.
Generally, the main way that I work is I get them to give me a beat, and when one really moves me and I feel the need to write to it, I do that. But I
the way
do
most
everything.
artists work too.
Yeah, so that was how we did that one. We just co-wrote it together, and I did a little bit of sound engineering studies, so I do have a bit of background where I can talk to producers on a bit of a different level.
Yeah, that's important too, and that's a great way to communicate with producers.
Right.
You also you're also shooting the music video for that. So how did the process for that come about, and how is that going?
So that one I'm also doing with a Toronto production company, JM Pro Creative. Julian is a very professional videographer.
Right.
So we just conceptualized something that would work. I don't want it to look tacky. I want it to look artistic. I want it to look professional. It's my first music video.
Right.
So I just got a good team, and we have some good ideas. I won't give away too much now.
For sure, exactly. You got to keep everything for the finish line and everything when it's done. You have your new EP coming out. So how's the process for that coming along together?
That one, once again, I'm still conceptualizing. I want the brand to be consistent. It's my first official debut that's really going to show people what I'm capable of and who I am. So I'm working on the theme of it. I just want the songs to be consistent but offer still a little bit of diversity.
Nice, that's great. You picked the title already or not yet?
I have an idea, but I won't disclose it yet.
For sure.
But I think I know what I'm going to call it.
Last but not least, what is the difference between you now and from when you started?
Okay, growth, just continuously growing every day, having a stronger sense of self. Lots of life experiences that I've been through, so I've changed a lot. Everything from my style, my personality, my just getting, just growing in
Right,
general.
for the better too, right?
When you have a stronger sense of self, you know what you can bring a lot more to the table, and I know what I do and don't want when I'm making music. I know what direction I'm going in, where, I experimented a lot in the past and sort of was still finding myself. So.
That's great. I also want to add to that, what is important to you as a musician?
Oh, you put me on the spot there.
Yeah.
So many things, but I think the two most important things for me is that expression, having that avenue for us personally is a really great thing to just express ourselves. And if you are in the public eye, you have a chance to make a difference. So whether you want to use that in a selfish way, whether you want to help people, whether you want to inspire people, I think that that's important as a musician, to be conscious of what you're putting out there and the message you're sending across as well.
Okay, nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Cielo Morena. It's been great having you on our show. Well, folks, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for now. On behalf of myself, everybody else around here, and our guest, Cielo Morena, that's all the time we have today for Xposure. Stay tuned for next time.